Devon, Secretary General of National Union of Mineworkers, did not mince his words this morning about Labour's role in the mining sector. He acknowledged that mistakes were made, but lessons were equally learned from the Marikana incident in 2012. He pointed at finger at management as well, saying that they also contributed to the problem of rival union.
All right, we seem to be having a problem getting a clear line to Diabo Seto. We may cross back to and find out what's the latest from that Indaba in a moment's time. Well, slightly better news is that South Africa's manufacturing production fell less than expected in August. It contracted by 1.2% year-on-year from a revised 8.1% contraction in July. On a month-on-month basis, factory production rose 2.2%, but fell 1.4% in the 3 months to August compared to the previous quarter. Economists had expected a 3.2% year-on-year contraction and a 0.4% expansion on a month-on-month basis. All right, Diabo Seto seems to be on the line once again. She's at the mining Indaba, the Joburg mining Indaba, currently underway in Sandton. It's the second day. Diabo, I hope you're still with us. Let's just start with what I first asked you about the strong words coming from Frans Baleni, the leader of the NUM, against those mining companies and their management. What's he had to say?
Absolutely, Devon. He acknowledged that mistakes were made, but lessons were equally learned from the Marikana incidents in 2012. He did not waste time, but pointed a finger at management, saying that they also contributed to the problem, particularly contributing to the emergence of rival union AMCU. Mr. Baleni, Devon, says companies should inform unions about their financial difficulties before the wage negotiation period starts. He urged for transparency and says that claims of marginal profits are always coming out as a surprise during these wage negotiations. He also warned that the fragmentation of labour is not good for the industry and that this could lead to further instability. Devon.
And I see CEOs continue to share their thoughts at the Indaba. It's certainty that they are looking for and something conclusive on the regulatory policy frameworks. What's the sentiment coming out of them today?
Oh, well, a session with the CEOs just concluded now, Devon. It focused on how CEOs and their companies succeed in tough environment. We had heavyweight CEOs taking the stance this morning. Venkat Srinivan, CEO of AngloGold Ashanti, Neil Froneman, CEO of Sibanye Gold, Stephen Peary, he's the CEO at Royal Bafokeng, and Jan Steenkamp, on behalf of Mike Schmidt of Africa Rainbow Minerals, were taking the stand. On the point of view of AngloGold Ashanti, Venkat spoke on innovation to lift productivity in the deep mines. He emphasized on safety measures and how his company uses visible felt management and technology to track safety risks. He also highlighted how severe and unprecedented the current gold price is. He says this creates a shift in how business is managed because the costs don't match the price anymore. And when it comes to Neil Froneman, Devon, of Sibanye Gold, he said with delegates about giving shareholders what they want. He says delivery is dependent on workers, so it's important to take care of workers. He spoke about Marikana as well, and how it was a turning point for the industry. And speaking on what do shareholders want, Froneman says it's all about sustainability. He says it's important to reduce costs and optimize capital and also pay dividends to shareholders. And just lastly, Steve Peary of Royal Bafokeng Platinum spoke about attracting investors, meaning that we have to deal with the problems facing the country. He spoke at length about the image of the country and how important it is in attracting foreign investment. He said we need a clean governance, regulatory certainty, and also labor stability. There will be some sessions taking place after lunchtime where other stakeholders and investors and mining analysts will be speaking on other mining issues that are facing the industry.
Well, thanks very much, Diabo Seto. I'm sure we'll get more from her in our evening bulletins on the outcomes of that Joburg Mining Indaba conference.